Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're going to take a look at Blue-White Standstill Control deck in Thomas format. So I've been kind of meaning to play this deck, but I kind of held it off. This is actually a deck that I built in day one, but I still haven't gotten to try it out until today because the Standstill happens to be a mythic card. And on top of that, just look at the art. Do you guys want to craft this? I think not. So finally getting to try out the Standstill, and I think something like this works pretty well. We're abusing the Standstill with our turn 1 Tameo into Standstill, or you flash in a creature Wan Shi Tong with the Standstill, or on an empty board, just play the Standstill, and then you can go straight into Timeless, Eternalize, bypassing the Standstill. So we have quite a few ways of actually exploiting the Standstill here. And what's actually really nice about this card is it actually bypasses Orcish Bowmaster unless the Orcish Bowmaster is already on the battlefield. Because the Standstill says whenever a player casts a spell, sacrifice this enchantment. So in response to the trigger, because the enchantment hasn't been sacrificed yet, if they play a Bowmaster, the trigger is going to happen again because the enchantment still hasn't been sacrificed. So this actually plays really well against the Bowmaster because of this. This basically becomes a guaranteed draw 3 without having to worry about the Orcish Bowmaster coming out. And another really cool thing about this deck is that we are back to playing 4 copies of Mana Drain. So the Mana Drain actually works very, very nicely with the Wan Shi Tong being an X-cost card. So you might be able to do something like play the Wan Shi Tong in a single turn with the Standstill on top of it with the Mana Drain mana. Or you can use the Mana Drain mana to, Plane Cycling with the Timeless Dragon or the Lorraine Revealed. We have a lot of mana sink in the deck. And because we also play something like a Teferi, we can also bounce things like Wan Shi Tong to our hand again. And because it's an X-cost card, the next time you play the Wan Shi Tong, it's going to be even fatter. So we have a couple of synergies in the deck as well. So I'm pretty excited to try this deck out. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Special 3 to show you guys what the deck does. So let's hop on there. Right, let's try this deck today. Got a pretty decent hand. Oh, looks like we got an energy player. Guide Up Souls. Let's get rid of that real quick. Now we have a Wan Shi Tong and Mana Drain. I'm probably just going to Mana Drain here. Yep. Let's just Mana Drain real quick. So we can Wan Shi Tong for X equals 3, or we can do it for X equals 2. I guess we can go X equals 2 and then use a Strip Mine on the Sacred Foundry. Yeah, maybe that's actually better. Now that's what I call value. That's fine. Ooh, another Strip Mine. And another one. And another one. Are we just gonna be winning with this Wan Shi Tong here? No. I mean, that's fine, actually. Yeah, let's keep getting rid of mountains here. Ooh, I think we actually won. Yeah, Wan Shi Tong plus Mana Drain, and if they miss a land, they just lose instantly. Yeah, they lost. Because I get to attack here and then leave up a mana drain and opponent's just dead. Wow. Wow. Alright, Harbinger? I mean, Wrath for sure. Probably go down on some force. I don't think I need Brazen Bee as well. Prismatic Ending comes in. I think that's it. Maybe a Harbinger instead of a Teferi. I can kind of see that. I don't really like Subtlety against an energy. Just because of, they play so many, like, low-costed creature. Like, sure, you can Subtlety one card away, but then, like, they just play another creature on top of it. So, I'm not really the biggest fan. Very similar looking hand, but I think this might be a little bit too slow. This hand is also kind of slow. The dream here is actually having a swords. So I can swords this turn, and next turn I mana drain into Standstill Tameo. But I don't have it. I'll just play this out as a blocker.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
Juggernaut. Okay, sure. I think they might actually take away the Standstill. Timeless Dragon. Let's just attack. I think we have some pretty good top decks though. So if opponent's passing, this is probably a Bowmaster. Harbinger. Yeah, it seems like a Bowmaster coming out. I don't think I have a choice. I think we're just gonna have to probably top deck into a board wipe. Yup. A standstill. We're behind, so that's not gonna do anything. Force of negation. Not gonna do anything. Okay, I think we need to top deck a board wipe here, otherwise we lose the game. Ooh, and there it is. Also, we have 5 board wipes. Like, we were gonna draw a board wipe anyways. We are a bit low, though. Yeah. It's definitely not over because we are at 2. Do I crack this? I guess I do. Boom. This is our win con. I guess I have to kind of counter this, don't I? Because it just flies and I die. Static prison. Static prison. Another static prison. Prismatic ending. This is actually, hold up. This is actually kind of important. Let's say I prismatic ending this thing and then play the Juggernaut. Play the Strip Mine. But then opponent can play the Loris. Let's get rid of a Sacred Foundry. And play a Timeless Dragon. Oh, maybe that was a mistake. Attack. Play the Juggernaut. We'll get rid of a Static Prison. Okay, last turn. Opponent has a chump block here. Wait, I think they're still dead though. They go to 9, they take 10. Wow! Like, I gotta say, I didn't really have the greatest of hand, but because opponent like Juggernaut Peddler twice and getting rid of like things like Harbinger and stuff like that, the Juggernaut just killed them. Like, look. Okay, we got Standstill discarded. We played exactly Wrath of the Skies, Mana Drain, and Force of Negation this game, right? And then we brainstorm into a Prismatic Ending, but like, we just got a double Juggernaut from opponent's Juggernaut, and we just played a Timeless Dragon, like, that's it. Alright. Let's see what opponent's playing here. Okay, I don't know what they're playing still. Okay, I'm not really sure what they're playing. Grixis. Interesting. Grixis. Grixis Tempo. Okay. We have exactly one prismatic ending. We also have a copy of a Wrath of the Skies in the deck, so those are the cards that I need to probably stabilize here. Stalactite Stalker. Okay, I'm gonna crack this. I'm doing it this way because I don't want to shock myself. Wan Shi Tong. Stand still. 4 cards. 4 cards in the yard. Probably have to do that. Maybe I should have actually just hit the Wan Shi Tong there. Another Goif. Yeah, because if I play standstill, they can just keep attacking and I just lose the game. So I think that was a mistake. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Guess I have to play this first before I Treasure Cruise. That is if I want to top deck an island. I could crack it first and then... Should I crack it first? I think because I used double swords, I'll probably just do this. Because I don't want to, you know, shock myself. I've already used double swords, like chances of me getting another swords is probably low. Okay. Two, 4, 6. Oh, I actually don't have another island. I just drew it. Can I afford to shock here? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got a Supreme Verdict, but still not looking so hot. I'm not gonna lie. Because a single, like if they just play 2 spells, I lose the game, you know? It's looking pretty rough, honestly. Unless I already lost here. Okay, this is actually really good because now they can't play 2 spells. Ooh, that's kind of annoying, isn't it? Because now I can't stand still into mana drain. Alright, so it's time for standing still here. Let's see, so I can Wan Shi Tong for 2? Nice, we got a land too. Okay. Got a Teferi. Got a Teferi. Lore revealed. Not very interested in that. How much do we care about this card? I mean, they can equip the Quarry Steel Cutter, so... Okay, Quarry Steel Cutter. Wow, the Mishra's Bubble was actually really good. Okay. Make a 4/4. Supreme Verdict. I think I just have to hardcast this Timeless Dragon. Wait, but if I do that, they just equip this card and then make it a 5/6, then I have to chump block with the Timeless Dragon. Thing is, I can't even like bounce the Nethergoyf because they just get to proc the Quarry Steel Cutter again. I needed an instant speed removal. No. Phew. I'll play this. We might die here. No, it's a Nethergoyf. Are you kidding me? So I don't think there was a single way I could have actually won there. We just took too much, like, too much damage. Alright, I'm gonna cut a copy of a Force Negation. Another deck where the Wrath of the Skies is just so insane. Teferi, again, not so much. Ghost Vacuum seems really insane. Wan Shi Tong seems okay. This should be a good matchup though, all things considered. I think Brazen Bee is kind of bad. You know what? I'm actually gonna go down on another copy of a Force Negation. That was a really close game. That was a very close game. Polite the Tamio.
Nearly the entire library.
Instant Fatal Push. A Thoughtseize? Short. Stalactite Stalker. I think I'll take a Source of Plowshare. And I'll strip mine the Blood Crypt. Another Stalactite Stalker. Into a Steam Vent. It's a lot of creatures, isn't it? I even decided to use the Mishra's Bauble. Is this not what I think it is? If they use the Mishra's Bauble. Like I thought opponent could have, you know, that one card, the artifact. Okay, so opponent passes. Ooh, Wrath of the Skies. We haven't found like any like draw spells. Where are the draw spells? Ooh, Timeless Dragon. That's pretty sick. Ba-bum, bum, bum. I guess in case of strip mine, I shouldn't plane cycling yet. Deathray Shaman. This does kind of hurt though. I guess we're kind of not in a good spot. I think the difference between how close the first game was to this game is, I think, because we haven't drawn a standstill still. The first game was really good because like we had a bunch of like draws with the brainstorms and treasure cruise and standstill, but yeah, I gotta say a bit underwhelming when we just don't have any draws this game. I think I'm kind of forced to do this now. I should have actually played this one. Right, I think we lost. Probably. Unless we like top deck a treasure cruise or something here. Yeah, unless we top deck like a treasure cruise, we probably lose. They play lightning bolt. Alright, GG's. Okay, not bad, not bad. Not bad. Grief start. Into a sacrifice. Pretty insane start. Pretty insane multi-5 there. They're playing the version where they just mulligan to try to win. I'm actually going to just brainstorm into potential force negation. Yeah, this is like the all-in deck. Oh, they have another grief. Pretty insane. These are pretty bad cards. Okay, let's hope opponent doesn't have another grief here. Unless they can like win here. Can they potentially win without like ley line? I mean, maybe they can. Maybe they can. Born. Chromox. Another grief. Into another Chromox. Into a subtlety. I'm staying because this deck has a pretty high chance of whiffing, but looks like they got it. They have a 2 sacrifice outlet. Okay, they got it. Okay, so subtlety in. Do we need Commandeer in this matchup? I guess we kind of do. We also want another copy of Force of Negation. Prismatic Ending is okay. Source of Plowshare is also decent. Disruptor Flute, maybe. This seems like a very all-in deck, right? Supreme Verdicts and probably Wrath of the Skies are not that good. Same with the Standstill, I'd imagine. We'll try this. We have a Force of Negation and Subtlety. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Chromox comes out. Into a Dark Ritual. Into Necrodominance. Okay, so I think I will just get rid of a Brainstorm here. Right, that's not bad. Another Subtlety. I think because this is a blue spell, I'll keep it. Another Dark Ritual. Into Necrodominance. Alright. I think I'll just draw, right? I think I just draw.
This is an interesting story.
Yeah, I think we won.
This would be a boon to my research. Use your words.
We even have a Subtlety and a Force of Negation here. Like, they have no chance. Not sure about the Commandeer, honestly, but we don't really have a choice. Right, we got double Force of Negation. I don't think that's too bad. Opponent keeps all of their 7 cards. It's kind of scary, actually. A Subtlety. Into a Sacrifice. I'm going to get rid of Teferi probably. Right, GG's. Very nice. We're going second. It's a bit slow, but okay, maybe it's not slow anymore. I love that. Whoa, Ancient Tomb and the... Oh, it's a show and tell. It's a show and tell. Teferi is pretty decent against a show and tell, so I might actually just keep Teferi here. I don't think I need another land here. Need more counter spells. Haze, Hedge Maze. I think I should counter this. Let's try to aggro my opponent down before opponent finds another show and tell. Shall we? Okay. Two, three, four, five, six. Ooh, those are not it, my friend. Sure? I mean, it's a lot worse, don't get me wrong, but... we'll pass. It would have actually been really nice if it was actually a Tameo. Ooh, another mana drain. Is it better to play Teferi? Do I play Teferi here? I guess it's not so bad. No, that's actually not true. Let's say I played Teferi, then they can just go Veil of Summer into Show and Tell instead of Show and Tell into Veil of Summer. So I guess I can't really play this card. Until I like mana drain, maybe like a 2-mana card or I don't like my chances. Wan Shi Tong was not that great from a Fragment Reality. I would really love to see something like even a Brazen Borrower would have been actually really good. Yeah, like I said, they would have just done this, right? But let's say if opponent doesn't do anything, I guess I will probably have no choice to play Teferi. I have to let this go. It seems like they probably found a show and tell because they went with the Veil of Summer first. Yeah, these are definitely not it.
Sorry I'm late. Let's try this.
Yikes. I just need to deal a little bit more damage. I could maybe bounce the Wan Shi Tong and then replay it. I might actually have to do that. Because honestly, like, we're not going to be winning with this card anytime soon. So I have to do x equals 4. Since I have another Teferi, I can use that for Force of Negation. If I get another mana drain, that's fine, I can still play it. And this way I get to draw 2 cards. Okay, we got a Force of Negation. Awful, awful set of cards, by the way. Just awful. Okay, we won. GG's. Yeah, that's something that's really cool about the Wan Shi Tong with the Teferi is that you can like balance it and then you know make it grow even if opponent's like not searching. So that's a little bit of a added benefit there. Prismatic Ending is okay if, you know, it can get rid of like Chrome Moxes, it can get rid of you know, that 1 mana green card, Carpet of Flower. Wrath of the Skies is really bad. Supreme Verdict is also kind of bad. Source is okay, since they do have some creatures, and they could also bring like Orcish Bowmasters and stuff like that, if they have black, that is. Because I don't think any other card here is that great. Maybe I can see like copy of an Unlicensed Hearse over Swords. I don't really like my graveyard hate choices. I think it could be a lot better. Okay, we can steal a stock up with the Commandeer, but if they go like turn to show and tell, like we don't have a chance. Okay, very nice. Alright, so... Ooh, we got a Wan Shi Tong. Wan Shi Tong. Maybe that's what I want to do, actually. So if they play like a fetch land, I'll play the Wan Shi Tong in response, and then I'll leave up Force of Negation or Commandeer. I think that's really good. Seems like they have something. Maybe another Brainstorm. Actually, if they had another brainstorm, they would have used it though. Interesting. Ooh, that's really good, by the way. That is really good. This is a clock. Yeah, this is a clock. By the way, I'm really loving this deck. I'm actually really loving this deck. I think it's pretty sick. They should have done it. Shouldn't they have done it this like last turn so that they can get a guaranteed land drop? Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a guaranteed, but still. Into a ponder. Okay, so that's a fetch land. We'll flash in a Brazen Bee. It's 4 damage a turn. Pretty insane. Ooh, they're gonna search. Search, search, search. Source of Plowshare. Meticulous Archive. Well, opponent's kinda tapped out. I think it's time for the Teferi to come down.
I know my responsibility. Trust me, I have a plan.
I'm keeping the Tamio for more blue spells, blue cards. Okay, yep. We kind of saw that coming. Ooh, Swords of Plowshare. Swords to Plowshare.
Might be a bad idea.
We'll play the standstill. Give me 3 cards, please. There we go. Thank you for the 3 cards. Let's get rid of a Rainstorm. I'll probably cycle this and Eternalize maybe. Okay, yeah, we're gonna Eternalize and we're gonna crack this to grab another counter spell from the graveyard.
Here we go.
Another Veil of Summer. Lots of Veil of Summers. Okay, seems like the Commandeer is gonna be kind of useless now. And we should be good to go with just these 2. I'll keep this for Brainstorm. The opponent doesn't know about my mana drain, so I'm just gonna use it right now.
I've got it.
Okay, last turn.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
Last turn. They've already used the double show and tell, 1 stock up, and 2 Veil of Summers. I think they've given up. Maybe opponent gave up. We're seeing some timeouts here. Okay, looks like opponent has given up. Alright, GG's. Alright, so we took this deck for a spin today. I think the deck was pretty fun. It's my first time playing with the standstill, and I think the standstill was actually pretty good. A lot of like small creature decks today. Maybe another copy of Wrath of the Skies would have been a lot better than a copy of a Supreme Verdict. I just kind of figured that there would be a lot of like, you know, blue tempo decks, especially like, you know, against a Reanimator. They played things like Force of Negation as well, so I figured that maybe Supreme Verdict would be a lot better. Turns out today a lot of like small creature decks, so you know, having more copies of Wrath of the Skies would have been a lot better. Even in that match where we lost to that Grixis tempo deck, I think had we had some draw spells, the first game was actually really close, and the second game was not even close because had we just drawn like the difference was that we weren't able to see any like brainstorms, treasure cruise, or the standstill. I think that was like the biggest difference there. And I found the Wan Shi Tong to be really, really sick with mana drain. This is a nice mana sink, plus you get to also like do like mana drain into Wan Shi Tong and standstill in a single turn. I think that's really sick. So I really like the play pattern with the deck today, with this deck today. I've been meaning to try this deck for the longest time. Like this is like I had this deck like set up from day one, but I didn't get a chance to play it because the standstill happens to be mythic. Like I don't mind crafting something like this, but like considering that this is like supposed to be an uncommon card and it's asking for a mythic wild card, plus the art is like, what is this? What are we talking here? Like, I kind of hesitated, and I just, you know, I want to play with this card, so I decided to craft it, and it's definitely not bad. Like, even against like super fast combo decks, because of the Force of Negation, like it, as you've seen from that game, like because of the Force of Negation, you know, Commandeers and Subtlety in the sideboard, like you can beat those kind of decks, like even as like a slow deck such as this. As for the sideboard, I think I like almost everything about the main board. I actually really did not like our graveyard hate choices because, like, let's say I'm playing against that deck, the Grixis Temple deck that we just played against. We have things like Wrath of the Skies we're bringing in, but then the Wrath of the Skies hits our Unlicensed Hearse and Ghost Vacuum. But I know for a fact that Ghost Vacuum is really good against Esper Tempo, and it's also really good against Reanimators. That's the matchup where you don't bring Wrath of the Skies, right? So, I kind of like the Ghost Vacuum, so maybe we get rid of a Unlicensed Hearse, and it's either like a Surgical or maybe like a Soul Guy Lantern could be nice as well, because, you know, this can also like draw you card. I think I like the sideboard outside of that. Maybe another copy of a Subtlety would be nice. Yeah, maybe Ghost Vacuum for another Subtlety might be nice. If I were to play again, I would do something like this. So yeah, fun deck. Try it out. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.